Hi everyone! Guess what? It is 4 o'clock and that means it's time for Wonder Sparks DIY puppet craft for today. Woohoo! Alright, welcome everyone! So, I'm Christina with Wonder Spark Puppets, and it's 4 o'clock. That means it's time for our DIY puppet craft. And just a quick thing, I don't know if y'all could see before I jumped in the frame here, but I just have to show you. There's a hidden little pup back there snoring on the bed. So, Peach has decided to make her presence known by snoring in the background. So, enjoy. He's rather cute, even though she's going to snore through my craft today. What can you do? So, welcome. So today's craft is extra special. We've teamed up with our partners, our friends at the Astoria Bookshop. And something cool, if you are not local and you don't know the Astoria Bookshop, they're a really cool local bookshop in Astoria. And what they're doing is every Thursday at 11 a.m., they're doing a live story time every Thursday at 11 a.m. So this morning, they read a couple different books for you all, live streamed on Instagram. And one of those books was Perfect Square by Michael Hall. And that book really spoke to me. It's very simple, very cute, but it's about a perfect square. And every day something crazy happens to him. One day he gets cut up into different shapes. He gets holes punched in him, he gets crumpled up, he gets torn up into different pieces, but every time something happens, he decides to roll with it and he turns himself into something beautiful and unique. And so I thought that was a really special message, and I thought that we could use that idea to make our puppets today. So the puppets that we'll make, again, I'm in New York, so excuse the background noise aside from the snoring. So the puppets that we're going to be making today are self-portrait puppets, right? What is a portrait? A portrait is a picture or a representation of somebody, usually somebody's face more specifically. So we're going to be making representations of our own faces. So portrait is a picture of someone's face. Self is our own self. So there's going to be self-portraits. So very exciting. So these are the things that we will need. We will need a couple of pieces of colored paper. This is probably too many. I went a little bit overboard. I made lots of different colors, but you really don't need the whole sheet. You probably just need a couple of different colors, whatever colors you like. And I went ahead and just cut, these aren't perfect squares, but they're more like rectangles. But we don't need a whole lot. It's good to have a couple different colors. So I just went ahead and cut out some little rectangle shapes out of a couple of different colors. And then again, like I always like to do, you can save the rest of the paper for another day, another puppet, another craft. So we'll need that colored paper. We'll need a paper plate. You can either use the big or the small. See, I made a sample of both. So it doesn't matter if you have the big paper plates, if you have the small paper plates. Right now I'm going to use a small one. I always think I have a very small head, so I'm going to use a small plate. And a popsicle stick. And we're going to need some scissors, a hole punch if you have it, a glue stick, or you can use white glue as well. And then at the end, to attach the popsicle stick to the plate, you can either use the white glue or you can use masking tape if you have it. Oh, and I also wanted to say, if you don't have paper plates at home, that is okay. You can just take a plain white sheet of paper and just cut a circle out of it, and it's the exact same thing. So no worries. Whatever you have, whatever's easier for you. All right. So on that note, as you can see, the puppets that we're going to make today, overall, they're quite simple, right? This is another rod puppet, right? If anybody saw the fox puppet craft that we did, that was a rod puppet because you control it from a stick or a rod underneath. And the main puppet part is on the top. So this is kind of another form of the rod puppet. And overall, it's quite simple, not a whole lot to it, but I think today the thing that's really special for me is the process of creating this puppet and how we can take something a little weird, something that doesn't quite look perfect, or something that you wouldn't normally think would be useful, and really turn it into something beautiful. So to me, that's important. Oh, one last thing. If you have it, this could be helpful, a little mirror, right? A little mirror. So since these are self-portraits, if you want to check in and you say, how big is my nose really? How big are my eyebrows? Where are they? If you want to check in and have a little mirror on hand, that could be helpful. Or a picture of yourself, that could be helpful as well, if you want. All right, let's get started. So again, this puppet, the important part to me is the process, which I think is really fun. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take a sheet of one of our squares, one of our perfect squares or rectangles, and we're just going to start doing whatever we want. I'm going to start with my scissors, and I'm just going to start cutting random shapes. Oh, look, something has torn. That's okay. I'm just going to tear the rest of it off. And we're going to be very careful of our fingers. If we need a helper, please ask for a helper who's around. And I'm going to make some curvy lines. And here's another curvy line. I'm just going to cut out just a weird little shape. And over here, I'm going to make maybe some straight lines. Let's see. Yeah. See, this one has more straight lines. There we go. All right, so I've got a couple of kind of random weird shapes with that color. And now let's pick a different color. Ooh, I'm going to use this bright blue. And you know what, with this bright blue, instead of cutting it, I'm going to tear some pieces, right? Maybe they don't all have to be straight. I can tear some different shapes. These little strips, I'm going to make them a little skinnier. Cut them into, or tear them into smaller pieces. And I'm going to tear some more random shapes, just whatever you want. It's kind of fun because there's no rules, right? You can do it however you want. That's what I love about it. Okay, so there's some blue that we have. Let's do, okay. I'm going to take a sheet of green. This is like a neon kind of green. And I'm going to tear it in half. And with this half, you know what I'm going to do? Just going to crumple it up. Make it all wrinkly. Oh, and there's a tear in it too. I tore off a little piece. So maybe I'll tear it into smaller crumply pieces. And I've got some crumply pieces here. You know what? I'm going to take some of my pink as well. And I'm going to crumple some of that up as well. Okay. Now, I am going to take my hole punch. And I'm going to start punching some holes in some of these colors. I'm going to do the other half of my green sheet here. And I'm just going to punch some holes in it. Whoop. This hole puncher is fighting me a little bit. That's all right. I'm going to punch a couple of holes, and I can keep that piece also. Let's do, ooh, we haven't done any orange yet. I'm going to punch some holes in my orange as well. There we go. My hole puncher likes this orange color better. There we go. And you know what? I'm going to cut this piece out with the holes in it. I'm going to save that because maybe we'll want to use that. All right, what else can we do? Let's tear a couple strips of this orange as well. Okay, and you know what? If anybody has any of these lying around, I happen to have one of these like bigger hole punches. So if anybody wants to punch out some bigger circles, or if you're really fancy and you have some shapes, I have one that has some shapes here, little star. So I'll just make a couple stars and we'll see what happens with that. All right. I think I've done enough damage here, I think. So I'm just going to angle this down. Can you see I have a whole little pile here of random little shapes of all different colors. Okay? So we have a good little pile of things to work with here. Now, we can take our paper plate, and this is going to represent our face. So this is my face. So what do I want to start with? Let's see what I have here on hand. Oh, look at this funny shape. This is pink, so I think I'm going to make it my nose. So I'm going to take my glue stick and I'm going to turn it into my nose. That's what I'm going to start with. You can start with whatever you like. Oh, yes. Put my nose right in the middle of my plate. Can you see? The light's a little bit weird. There we go. Okay, now, ooh, you know what? I like this piece that has some holes punched out of it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretend like it's summertime and like I have my summertime freckles. So I'm going to tear this right in half and I'm going to use this for my cheeks and pretend like I have my summer freckles already. Because I love the sunshine. It's a nice sunny day today. I actually got out for a short little walk around, which was nice while the sun was out. All right, so I'm just going to use my glue stick to glue that on to my paper plate. There we go. Now I have some funky little cheeks. Yeah, so I've got my nose, got some little cheeks. And let's do some eyes. Let's see. What do I have here? I have this nice blue shape. So maybe that'll be part of my eye. And then here's another pink one. Oh, maybe this could be like eyebrows. That's what I'm gonna do. So you can make your puppet however you want. I want you to use all these different shapes and think about what they could be, how you could make your face look unique and beautiful with these different shapes that we've made. Okay, all right. So I took my funky pink piece right here and I took my little funky blue piece as well. And I have one of these bigger punch outs, so I'm gonna use that for one of my eyes and glue it on. See there? Kind of a maybe David Bowie look going on, a little eye patch perhaps? I don't know. It's for the parents. So I think the last thing I want to add is some hair. So what I have found, sometimes I like using these torn pieces because sometimes they'll curl up like that, which I really love. And if you have another piece that didn't quite curl up and you want it to, you can take a pencil or something like that and you can wrap your piece of paper around the pencil. Just kind of hold it there for a minute. And then it can be a nice little curl. Look at that. Oh yeah, I love that. I'm gonna keep it. I think what I'm gonna do, I haven't used any of these crumpled pieces yet. So if you can see my hair, I just have hair right here on the top of my head. So I'm gonna localize all the hair right on the top. And I'm going to use this crumpled piece for part of my hair. And I also wanna use this little curly piece just because I like it. Maybe one day I'll make a curl on the top of my head like that. I'll style it just like my puppet. Okay, so I just put some glue and I just kind of am crumpling up this little crumpled piece. I'm holding it in place for a second so that it kind of stays. All right, let's see. We've come loose, so we can just add a little bit more glue. Or if you have tape around, you prefer to use that, that's fine too. Let's hold it in place a little bit longer. Ah! It's a bad hair day. Okay, I think that'll do. And now I'm also going to take my little curly piece that I made, put some glue on the end of that, and stick it right on there. All right, oh my gosh, I love it. Look how funky that is. right? So, might look a little weird, but I've got my nose, I've got my cheeks, I've got one eyeball here. I'm going to draw on another eye here. And I've got some hair sticking up right here at the top. So, I'm almost done. I think what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to draw a couple of details, just a couple little details. Like I said, I'm going to draw in another eye and maybe a little mouth or something. So if there's something that you feel like you want to add onto your puppet, you can feel free to use some markers or crayons or whatever you have on hand. So I'm going to outline the eye that I have, and I'm going to make a little black circle inside for the pupil. It's the black part of the eye, right? And I'm going to draw another eye on the other side. See, so I've drawn on my eyes, and look, I'm going to use this little ridge on the bottom of the plate, and I'm going to make that my mouth. I'm just going to outline it a little bit with this black marker. And I'll give myself a little smile. I'm going to put, let's see, I'll put an eyebrow or two. Yeah. So, this is my face. This is my self-portrait that I've made for today. And I really like it. I hope you like yours too. So, we've made our self-portrait, but they are not yet puppets. So we need to take our self-portraits and make them into our rod puppets. So I'm going to take my popsicle stick, and if you want to make it stick a little better, you can use white glue, just a little bit of white glue. Put it right there on the end and then stick it to the back of your puppet. But for now, I don't feel like waiting for it to dry, so I'm just going to take a little bit of masking tape and tape it on there. So I find that it doesn't quite stay as well, but if you got time to let it dry, then you can go ahead and use your white glue to attach it just right there on the back. See, I'm putting my tape right there on the back. And now, there's my self-portrait puppet. All right. Yay. Hello. All right. So these are a fun, silly little puppet. But again, I think they're really great. The idea is that it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't really have to look exactly like you, right? I don't really look like that. Maybe a little bit. I think the nose is pretty spot on. But it's just really about taking something that you might ordinarily take for granted, or something that looks a little unusable, something a little ugly, and really rolling with that and making something unique and that's your own with it, right? Because nothing in life is perfect. We always kind of have to make it work, and sometimes those are the best moments, is when you find something that you wouldn't ordinarily see, and you can make it something really beautiful and personal to you. So that's what I was hoping to do with you today with our self-portrait puppets. So I hope you liked that. I hope you made a beautiful puppet that you love. Please share them on our Facebook page. Share your puppets that you make. We love seeing them. We've loved seeing all of the ones that you guys have submitted so far. They're beautiful. And thank you so much again for joining us. So one last thing is, as I said earlier, I got this idea from our friends over at the Astoria Bookshop, and from the book Perfect Square by Michael Hall. And again, the Astoria Bookshop is doing live storytime readings on Instagram Live every Thursday at 11 a.m. And so you can follow them on Instagram at Astoria Bookshop. All right, so that's their info right there. And last but not least, we are WonderSparkPuppets.com. So please check us out there. There's all kinds of exciting things going on. We have so much more exciting online content. As you probably know by now, we're doing these DIY puppet craft videos every single day. Weekdays, Monday through Friday, it's always at 4 o'clock. And then on Saturdays and Sundays, we're also doing that at 10 o'clock in the morning. So something every day for you to come and check out. Additionally, on Fridays, we will live stream an entire puppet show just for you for free every Friday at 11 a.m. So definitely be sure to check that out. We did Fox Fables last week. It was super cute. It's super fun. I love that show. And those will be available on our page for you to watch throughout the entire week. And then it'll change every Friday as we do our new shows. So it'll be updated. And if you go to our page, wondersparkpuppets.com, you'll also see that we have lots of merch for sale. It's really good, high quality. It just came in recently, and I'm really looking forward to getting my t-shirt. I'll show it off once I get it. And so you can support us that way, or there's also a donate button as well. If you donate $10, you're automatically entered in a raffle to receive a private live streamed show just for you and your family. So this week I'm being told is for our public show on Friday at 11 a.m. is Who Took the Cookies from the Cookie Jar? So that's a really fun one. I hope you'll join us. And the last thing that we have, there's so much new and exciting going on, but this is something that we've just done, and it's very cool. We have memberships now. So not only can you get a discount on merchandise by being a member, but there's all kinds of perks, from longer access to those live stream shows, to puppet chats, to extra raffle tickets to enter to win your own live stream show, and all kinds of stuff. So check it out. It's super affordable. It's a monthly membership, and you can find that by going to wondersparkpuppets.com, and there's a little support button at the top, and you'll see all of those options. Woo! It's not an earthquake. I just hit the table. So thank you, everyone. I had a lot of fun doing this. I hope you did too. And please post pictures of your puppets. We love seeing them. Thank you so much, and we will see you back here tomorrow and catch Who Stole the Cookies from the Cookie Jar tomorrow at 11. Thank you so much. Bye.